Hello, hello. Good morning, lovely ladies. I wanted to talk to you today. I was actually following this story for quite some time, and I was purposely waiting to see if I would hear any protests, any voices from Black Lives Matter, or people breaking out and protesting in the street. And I waited quite a bit because this story is a few weeks old. And I hadn't heard anything. I'm still waiting. Now, the sister was a police officer, and she got gunned down in her own driveway on her way to work. Beautiful sister, just passed the cadet class, and I think it was 6 months ago, or is it 6 months or 6 weeks ago? But her career was about to pop off. She was doing great, motivated, driven. Passed the cadet class, was in active duty, and was gunned down just like that. And when I heard the story, I was like, that sounds fishy. It's either she's too new of a cop to have pissed anybody off yet for them to want to kill a cop. And usually, cops usually work outside of their, away from, except for the cop that lives in my neighborhood. But they don't really live where people can find them easily. And usually a cop in your neighborhood, is not going to get gunned down by the neighbors. Because, we had a cop in our neighborhood for years. He was a mean bastard, but nobody messed with him. But I digress. This beautiful sister was just gunned down. So I was like, there's something else to this story. There's something else to this story. She didn't get just gunned down like that. That's something personal. And yeah, it is very personal and wicked. Listen to this.
This is NBC6 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Alexandra Meacham. Dan and Jackie have the night off. We begin tonight with continuing coverage. 3 men have been charged with the murder of Shreveport police officer Chatéri Payne, including the father of her child. NBC6's Delano Henry joins us live from the Shreveport Police Department with details of the arrest. Delano.
That's right, Alex. Although people on social media coined Officer Payne's boyfriend as the suspect, surprisingly, Shreveport police arrested 2 more. Now, Police Chief Raymond did give us a few details on the investigation, but we were able to fill in some gaps with affidavits. Outside of Shreveport Police Headquarters sits a memorial for the late Officer Chatéri Payne.
We are still mourning the heinous murder of Officer Payne.
But inside, Chief Ben Raymond announces the arrest of suspects connected to her murder.
We can have some peace in taking 3 evil cowards off of our streets.
I need 3 officers to where I am at the scene.
Payne was fatally shot in the driveway of her own home on Midway Avenue January 9th. She was found in her car, clothed in her uniform, heading to clock in for her shift. The 911 call came in from her boyfriend, Treveon Anderson. They both have a 2-year-old who was in the home.
Are y'all putting out the Treveon Anderson as a suspect? Okay, I have him detained in a patrol car at this time.
He advised he was inside the residence when he heard gunshots. then went outside and shot at a person wearing all black clothing.
Anderson was then released after questioning. 7 days went by until arrests were finally made. The first arrest was 21-year-old Lawrence Pierre II, who was the cousin of Anderson, according to an arrest report. It says Pierre admitted to being present during the murder. It also says he voluntarily led police to where he hid the weapon. 38-year-old Glenn Frierson was also arrested. The affidavit reports he accompanied Pierre to and from the murder, but police say it was Anderson who they believed pulled the trigger
And concocted the false narrative of her being murdered by an unknown suspect.
His arrest reports reads it was also his cousin Pierre who told investigators he witnessed Anderson shoot and kill Officer Payne. All 3 men are charged with second-degree murder, and Alex, this case is still under investigation, and Police Chief Raymond also says that he is not ruling out that more arrests could be made. Back to you.
So, where Black Lives Matters at? That I haven't heard a protest. I haven't heard a peep in national media. I have not heard a peep from Black Lives Matter groups. I haven't heard anything about this officer getting gunned down by her boyfriend and 2 thugs, 2 of his thug friends. Now, this seems like a middle-class area. This, I don't know anything about the boyfriend. I'm going to follow this story closely. But it seems to me that when I hear Black Lives Matter, and I hear about all the girls, little girls getting sexually assaulted. I just saw a video of a girl that was sexually assaulted in a club. And regardless of her actions, no means no. I don't care if she was butt naked in the middle of the dance floor. No means no. Stop means stop. Help means help. But we hear no outrage for little crimes against black women. So I ask all of you who say Black Lives Matter, which Black Lives Matter?